YouTube, is your boy Quinway Basketball Analysis coming to you with, well, a highly requested video on the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, I live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That's where I grew up at, so I've been knowing how good the Bucks was. I've been covering the Bucks on my website. So, with that being said, we're going to get into it. First, we're going to talk about stats. Like I said, I'm not a guy that throw out all the stats at you, but there's 4 key stats I look at, and ESPN helps me with this. So they score 97.8 points a game. That's 22nd in the league out of 32 teams. So they're not a very good offensive team. You might hear about it, but that just proves they barely can put the ball in the basket, and it hurt them in the Bulls series when their defense not working, their offense is stagnant, and they ain't clicking, and they 42nd in rebounds. They don't really have too many centers. Zaza Pachulia and Miles Plumlee are their centers. Those people are not really good box out energy rebounders. Zaza is a good role player, but he's too old, too not mobile. So they need to upgrade the center position. They 23rd in assists per game. That's good for a team that's young. They all depend on each other. They play as a team, and they move the ball and get the right shots because none of them can really take over a game. But they all know their role, whether it's OJ Mayo shooting a jump shot, Jared Bayless shooting a jump shot, or Giannis and Jabari Parker posting up and getting to the paint. They all know their roles on this team, and they play their roles well. And you cannot blame the Bucks for being 7th out of 32 in assists per game. And you gotta credit that a lot to Jason Kidd for making a team young and depend on each other, just like the Atlanta Hawks. And they 97, they allowed opponent 97.4 a game, which means they let you score under 100 points a game. Like I said, they scoring 97, they holding their opponent to 97. So it's gonna be a long grind out defensive game like the Bulls series was, and you're gonna have to really focus on scoring on them and stopping them from getting and running your offense. They just terrible. Their defense is just so good. It's just so good that they just deflect the balls. They get the steals. They rotate. They switch everything. And it's just hard to score on the Milwaukee Bucks. And they athletic and mobile. They can guard the pick and roll. They can switch the pick and roll. They can haze the pick and roll. They can ice the pick and roll because they so quick and athletic. They point guard is 6'6". Jabari Parker is 6'8". Giannis is 6'8 plus. And then you got Chris Middleton. Then you got Ersan Ilyasova that's 6'10". They all big, athletic. They all can shoot besides Giannis. And Jabari Parker going to add to that mid-range and three-point shooting when he keep working on his game. So he going to be a dual weapon for the Milwaukee Bucks. So with that being said, the Bucks have a bright future. Now, when it comes to drafts, free agency, and things like that, this team really don't need that much but a center. So I would like to see they're going to have a hard time finding a center at the position that they at, but they can take gambles, and they can take gambles at the 8 where they at right now. They can take a gamble because they got a good point guard that's developing, getting better. He played better as the season went on. Michael Carter Williams, he played better as the season went on, and he got better every single game. And then he cut down his turnovers. He cut down, he started attacking the basket more. His jump shot got a little bit better. His confidence got better because he started playing for something. So you just got to give him a whole lot of credit for getting better. And then you got Jabari Parker, who was out, and they still won 41 games. He another floor spacer, another shooter, another post-up player, and another person that can draw double teams. So it's just going to be hard to stop the Bucks in the future. And they are already a playoff team. But like I said with the Boston Celtics, they made the playoffs just because the Miami Heat was injured all season and the Indiana Pacers didn't have Paul George. Both of them teams was close to making the playoffs without they star players being healthy. Chris Bosh went down. The Miami Heat was close to being in the playoffs. Paul George went out. There was one game from not making the playoffs. So this doesn't mean that the Bucks is guaranteed to make the playoffs next year just because they made it this year. They still got to get better. They still got to work hard. They still got to learn from Jason Kidd, and they still got to continue to develop because now they already got into the playoffs. Now it's time to become a championship contender. And I think the biggest thing they need is a rim protector and a shot blocker, because you don't get that out of Zaza Pachulia. You don't get that out of Miles Plumlee. They don't really have an interior presence. They got a good perimeter defense with Giannis and Michael Carter and Jabari Parker, who's becoming a better defender. And when they don't have it, they got Chris Middleton in there, so they can switch it up. And they got to pay Middleton his money because he had a good season. So, you know, a lot of people going to be trying to overpay him. But the Milwaukee Bucks got so much money that they can pretty much overpay Chris Middleton. And he probably going to stay anyway because he loved playing for Jason Kidd and the Milwaukee Bucks. So I don't think the Bucks need too much. They don't really need to overpay nobody besides Chris Middleton probably, and he probably gonna come off the bench. And if he don't, he probably gonna start over Jabari Parker, and Jabari Parker can be the sixth man on the team. So I don't know what they gonna do. But I like this Bucks team. I think they just need to get like a person that's 7 feet, got a long wingspan. Like Larry Sanders was perfect, but he couldn't score. They don't really need a center to score. But it'd be better if they can get like a Marcus Hall center that can protect the paint and shoot the ball. So that's what they need. If they want to pay Brook Lopez some money, he can protect the rim. He can rebound since the last couple months. And he can shoot the ball. He can score. They can get Marcus Hall, who probably won't go to the Bucks. But if they can get a center that can score and shoot, that'd be amazing. But looking like they're going to have to just get them in the draft, which is going to have to take some years to develop. But this team is still developing anyway, so it probably might be perfect just to get a young center in the draft that has high potential. But they're not going to get a lottery pick, so they can't get Towns. They can't get Okafor. They can't get Chris Tapps. They can't get none of the star players in the draft. So it's going to be hard to see who they get from the draft, because like I said, they don't really need too much perimeter wise. They just need more inside power forwards and more inside centers. So that's what I think they should draft, and that's what I think they should pick in free agency. So let me know what you guys think. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis signing out. And let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. The Bucks are already there. They already made the playoffs. They already got a good foundation on defense. They already got a coach that can take them out to the next round. He went to the next round with the Brooklyn Nets. He almost came close to taking the Bulls to 7. And we know he can coach. He's proven. We know this young team is young. They develop and they got good defense. They need to keep improving and developing their skills and getting better as players. So every season they should take a leap. So the Bucks won 41 games. Next year they should be trying to win 50, 47 or 50. And that's the only way the Bucks gonna turn into contenders, with continued development and still putting the right pieces around this team to succeed.